Welcome to the Old World Fanatics, your Warhammer Fantasy podcast to quench your hobby thirst for all things the Old World. I'm one of your hosts, Gummo. I'm back as usual with Josh and maybe Andrew.
And very, very pixelated Andrew.
We were about to launch like 2 minutes early, and then Andrew, as you can see,
we were super organized.
He's super detailed. Like he's printed himself on a 0.5 nozzle. I don't know. Hello, everyone. How you going? It's Old World Fanatics as usual on Monday. Hopefully, Andrew will join us. He's struggling to reboot. I don't know. It was perfect. We were chatting for like 5 minutes, and it was all fine. And then, boom, blew up. And I must apologize to everyone. We're going to talk ogres, and I can't pull off such a good intro as Val did on his video. Did you see that with his eating a pork chop? And I got a challenge on that to do that, bare chested and doing it. I'm like, sorry guys, no.
Did you?
Yes.
Who asked you to do that?
Oh, someone on one of those videos just said, yeah.
Right.
But maybe that's a Christmas special. No, you don't want that. Yeah, there you go. Where's the lamb shank? Yeah. Considering it, but no, not at this time of night. Anyway, okay, we've lost Andrew, so this is going to be really cool. Well, the good thing is
just restarting, and he'll be back very shortly.
I'm sure everyone comes here for the knowledge. We know nothing about ogres. None. Three of us don't play. Don't play them.
Probably the faction
play against them. So we are definitely qualified to chat about it, but we are still going to chat. I've had to rein Josh in because he's more excited about talking about the it's major minor, the release version of or the patch version, sorry.
Well,
of,
the
Dark Elves.
point to update. And I was like,
we'll get to it. We have to touch the ogres. We've got to give them their love, the fatties.
We do.
So yeah.
We do. I have played two games against ogres in the old world, both of which were at CanCon last year. And one of which was with one of the listeners, Mark, I think it was, who came up from Tasmania.
Yeah, I've played a few, 2 or 3, yeah. But they're always there. I just think I'd never get my head around them because I don't play them enough. They're not challenging, as in, like, they're not too complex or anything. I shouldn't say challenging. It's not like they've got,
They play as they're fluff, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like,
it's like
they're not the most
in the face.
subtle of armies to play.
Yeah, they have their little things. Like when you see the little noblars or the hunters going around or something, you're sort of like, what's this thing? But the bulk of the army, at least, is that thing's big. That thing's going to smash me if I go in. Which is, I guess, what the whole theme of it is. So, I guess we'll have to go through this book here or this PDF and see if some of that fluff's come through. I feel like I've I cleaned my office on the weekend, except for the hobby area, and I bumped everything. Yeah, that'll do. Usually it's a little bit higher, but just noticing.
I hadn't noticed.
Yeah. I was sitting here going, everything was just getting covered in dust around where I sit, and I'm like, I should actually clean everything up. Anyway, including the guitars behind me got a bit of a dust because they're hardly getting played, unfortunately. I am just vamping, waiting for Andrew to come back. He's not coming back, so we're going to have to just
we're just gonna power through, man, unfortunately.
Hello, chat. How are you guys going? We've got the usual crowd in here. Mark's there, as usual, first one over from the overseas. John's here. Matty Dark Elves on there. Plasman. Who else is in here? Yeah, it's all ogre now. That's right. Unaustralian not having some lamb. There you go. Very true. Cool. And then Matty agrees. Dark Elves are much more important than a race that emulates America. Oh, okay.
It's a interesting take on it.
Yeah. And Mark said no wants to see the Gummo and the Nobbler. No, not really. Probably not. Anyway. Cool. Well, we are chatting about that, and if it's happened to be you're watching this back and it's the first time, we are live stream every Monday, chatting Old World and all the other stuff that goes along with it. We do have a bunch of supporters, as I just probably read a few of them off there, and you can join them and check out what how they support the show over on patreon.com/oldworldfanatics, and they get their patented shout out at halftime, which I guess hopefully will be sometime when we're touching Dark Elves, hopefully. We'll see how we go with ogres. Is there some questions, Josh, thrown at us this week?
Yeah, there's a few questions.
To sort of avoid it.
Okay. You still follow my years-old requirement.
Yeah.
There's
Cool.
less jokes in there these days. But yeah, no, we've got a few
that's
questions.
Good. Not too many monolith jokes. Like I saw a few comments back there before we kicked off, but it's fun. Actually, it's so funny because Cold Combat, the Western Sydney Wargamer tournament in a week and a half's time, it's got so many FAQs running around at the moment around their monolith scenarios. It's like, I can't believe you. I mean, I'm not going to it because I'm busy, but yeah, they got a monolith scenario and they got that scenario with the Cav scoring, and I feel like it's just your tournament, man, and unfortunately. You just can't go. It's a bit of a shame.
No, I mean
you'll be there in spirit.
Yeah, well, through the monolith.
Yeah,
reaching out, touching everyone.
There you go. John said yes. So many questions, love. Yeah. Anyway, that's funny. Cool. Okay, but sort it out now. Cool. I don't know. We'll just have to kick on.
I think we'll just have to kick on.
Hopefully, Andrew will
enough dilly-dallying. Hopefully, he'll pop up again. Hopefully,
he'll
work out his. I wonder if it was. Did he get an extend? Like he was saying, his shed didn't have good internet when he had that.
Yeah, why didn't he? Well, I think he got a crappy one or had a crappy one, and that never worked. And he tried to use it for the new printer, and then I don't know if he's bought a new one or I'm not sure.
Anyway, let's go ahead. Let's do the ogres.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you're going to try put our pedal to the metal as much as we can. So if you're in the chat and want to correct us or throw us some, we will try and read it. Andrew's usually the one looking at the chat, so this is going to be fun. But anyway, yes, Ogre Kingdoms, Renegades V2. So this was after a bit of a hiatus because I know Val was traveling and on holidays and all that. So it's good to get the third one out, which is cool. And then we also obviously got, the Dark Elves one. Has he done a Skaven patch? No.
I had a look. It's just a Dark Elf patch. I'm not sure when it came out. I mean, you knew about it. I don't know.
I think I just popped out like today or yesterday.
Nothing's changed on Skaven yet.
Yeah.
The Dark Elf changes look good. Largely pay problem. But yeah, anyway, let's focus on the ogres.
Into it. So basically, the blue again. Just remember, remember what it is a change to the official legacies, and then changes from the Renegade legacies is in magenta. So we'll just go through that. Basically, the Grand Army, though, I mean, not a massive amount here, but just this is pretty common in a lot of the ones now, isn't it? Culling the sort of the cortex, so to speak, of Ogre Bulls, which is cool. Well, I think it's cool anyway. And then lead belches, and then got the Nobler scrap launchers being put in there.
Which was
probably already in.
It was part of the Iron Blaster. 0 to 1 heavy chariot chosen from the following list per 1,000 points. Iron Blaster, all scrap launcher. So it was.
Yeah. So these were just all in legacy.
Really restricted, but
still legacy. Or is this a change? Because it hasn't changed the purple.
Purple is the original Renegades pack change.
Yeah.
And then magenta is. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah.
Yeah, we just said that. And then new changes from previous Renegades magenta. So this is what it was already there, was it? They already got rid of this stuff. So there's probably not much to the Grand Army that's changed.
No, otherwise, then the Gorges and Giants.
Just
the Gorges were.
So that's all cool.
0 to 3.
Nothing much. Yeah. But this is a change. Ogre Kingdom's special rules. So he has done the Ogre Charge. Oh, I'm seeing Andrew pop up, but he's not in. Oh, here he is. Oh, we'll just keep going. We got the Ogre Charge. So basically this is, I'll read it out. The strength and armor piercing characteristics of any impact hits caused by an infantry model with this special rules are improved by the current rank bonus of its unit, or in the case of characters, the current rank bonus of any unit that have joined it. And in addition, when making a charge move, if the result of the charge range rolled is 11 or more, so basically a 5 or 6 on the dice, all models in the unit with this rule gain impact hits 1. And treat low linear obstacles as open ground. So they have cranked it up a little bit by doing the rank bonus, and
it was just the armor piercing before.
Yeah.
So they've added the strength characteristic.
And then souped it up with this charge thing as well,
which is fine. And then the little charge thing. That's a bit it's a bit experimental, I guess, but. It's pretty thematic.
Yeah.
Now,
this is
low linear obstacle thing. I think is one of those things that's as a result of how heavily affected the ogres are by the current rule set. I mean, I do wonder if the loading obstacle rule wasn't quite as punishing, whether or not he would have felt the need to even do anything like this, you know?
Yeah. Because you're just losing a lot of your. There's so much impact hits and all the other stuff. Now the ogre charge, I'm assuming if I scroll down, like all the main guys get it, like even if you're on mounts and stuff, I'd imagine.
I don't think if you're on a mount you get it.
Yeah. Okay, right, yeah. I just wasn't sure because you know how there's a few other ways. I think it was the hunter gets like swift stride now and stuff like this charge range roll. Am I right in that's not the charge roll, is it? It's actually the whole range. Like if you got swift stride, does then that add on? Because the swift stride is not.
I don't think anything's got swift stride that's got this roll.
That has this. Okay, so it's only but, fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just keep that in mind.
We'll double check. We'll keep that in mind, but I'm pretty sure that's the case.
Okay.
But not everything in the army just has ogre charge.
And then numbing chill is just a new rule, as you'll see. They've fixed some stuff up just to get rid of these stacking things, as far as I know, isn't it? So basically, it's strike last in combat and -1 modifier to roll to hit. So I'm assuming that's hanging off like those frosty dudes, or whatever they are, the Yetis, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's how much I know this army, but yeah.
Yeah.
Now then we get big names. We smash into the now. Okay, so this says some models. So is this just meaning that used to be characters, and now there's things in the book that get big names that aren't characters? Is that what that was?
Yeah,
okay.
That's right. It used to be characters.
Yeah. Okay. Beast Killer new 0 to 1 per army, hunter only. This is out of like the 8th ed book, sort of. Well, not really. The name is unless using magic weapon, a model with the big name, but not the mount gives the monster slayer special rule. Which I guess for ogres, I'm assuming you've got some decent way to get some strength. It's not like you're coming in with strength 3, is it? Like the hunter's strength 5 and he's got a great weapon now, doesn't he? Or again.
Yeah, indeed. It's I just thought there was a beast killer in the legacy PDF, which is like a 5-point big name that once per turn you can re-roll a single fail to roll to wound made against an enemy model with a large tiger special rule.
Oh, God.
So this is much more meaningful.
But it's been moved up. Okay, yeah.
And well, it's 40 points and it's
it was like 20 points in 8th. It was something slightly. I think it was like re-rolled wound or something. I can't remember. Okay, Maul Seeker. I don't know. I saw this and went, "Whoa! This is models whose troop type is infantry only has been taken out."
Yeah, you have to be careful with that.
A +1 modifier to their toughness characteristic.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You have to be careful with that, don't you? Like, and same with the Shield of Gron was a good example of that in reverse. The -1 to strength to attacks in the Dark Elf list, where if you're combining this stuff with a dude on the monster, suddenly they can, if they go to toughness 7 or equivalent to that, that's a pretty scary combo.
Yeah, just sorry. The chat's saying stuff like that. Treat lowly and obstacles as open ground still needs so much clarification for you. If you get full attacks, I know, like it's so funny.
Well,
I think this is one of the things that I'll remember from this edition. It's like
there isn't. Well, the way isn't he just talking about that specific rule though? Like, because wouldn't you just treat them as open ground, as in they're just based in base to base contact?
But that whole base to base thing just became a thing. It's like if you're in a base, yeah, well, you have to be in base to base. Oh, but then you treat it as it's just this. Come on, guys, it's crazy. I can totally see why people get in arguments. No, you're right. We'll see. Well, we'll just smash through them, and then that way we can, when we go through the characters, models, we can see if any of these make sense. Wall Crusher, 30 points. Here he goes. Something else. A model with a big name, but not their mount, gains impact hits 1. In addition, Wall Crushers and any unit they have joined treat lowly and obstacles as open ground. There you go again. Another way to get it. And the mount.
And again, I think it's sort of playing to the meta currently about how powerful lowly and obstacles are.
Yeah.
Well, how much of a disadvantage they make the ogres just because they're on. They've got so many attacks per base that it really disproportionately disadvantages them.
Yeah.
It really makes them not
and on top of that, you're actually 40 wide, so you can't fit as many along the front as well.
Their frontage, like the attack output is sort of similar to multiple small unit models until you're not in base to base. You're going to do one attack per base, and suddenly they're actually far more disadvantaged from the rules set currently.
But also they're big like this. So this is, you throw this on, I'm assuming you whack this on like the Stonehorns and stuff, can't you, with the characters, whatever they are? Because they've got impact hits. Like now you can sort of negate that crap.
Yeah, that's true.
What I mean? Like it becomes a lot more viable. And then, Mountain Eater, they drop the infantry off that. That's the character cannot be wounded by a roll to wound of 2, regardless of strength of the attack.
Yeah. I think he's just taking it off.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of principle.
Fine.
I
just find, because anything that is not that would be high toughness anyway, and you're probably not getting
exactly
2 anyway, so it's not that big a deal, that one.
Maybe a cannonball.
That, and I don't even know the alley. So, Kin Eater, Army General only got scrapped. Cool. I mean, Long Strider models, again, drop that off. Giving that's +1 modified to their movement. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Especially if you whack that on. Are the... can't remember what they're called. What are the Mournfangs? Are they Swift Stride?
Surely.
Must be. They're like demis. Yeah.
Surely.
They're not as crap as some of the Orc stuff. This character has a +1 modifier to movement. That's cool. And then Death Cheetah, once per game, hasn't changed. Yeah. So then we get into the Thunder Mace. We're going to the magic items here was changed. This is interesting. There's freaking hell 90 points for a weapon, which was already there, don't get me wrong. But he's taken off the make a single roll to hit. So this is like, feels a little bit like the spell you like, the Doom Bolt, or Doom Bolt, what's it called? That Doom Bolt signature spell you like, just plonking a template on top of someone. This is interesting. Still 90 points though, I guess.
For that cost, you want it to be reasonably reliable.
Would you see play in this though? Like, is it just still too?
I mean, their base BS is still like 3 or 4. Like. So you often be rolling 4s hit or something. So I think this brings it closer to a place where it's playable. Possibly, I don't know that you would see it anyway, even without that change. But I think it's bringing it closer, isn't it? 90 points for that. Because what is it? It's a small blast template.
What has to go on?
Hit,
what's his name? The general dude, like with Thunder Mace, 90 points. I think you're probably looking for some other defensive stuff. And you just can't fit it in. Mark's saying 65 points, yes. I like the idea of it. I actually don't mind it's interesting. But because man, it would do some damage to some, hordes of infantry. Having said that, some of these big dudes on the big monster, not monsters, they're mounts. They could probably deal some shit to the infantry anyway. So I don't know. Yeah, seems a bit weird. Yeah. Tenderizer, they haven't touched any of these because the Tenderizer is just so good. Extra attacks. I mean, look at it.
Go back to the mace thing though. I think sometimes you just want to try to push, like you want to buff, stuff like that. You do want to push it a bit, but you don't want to overdo it either. So I feel like erring on the side of caution and just seeing how things go.
Oh, you mean like if he did that and pull the points down? Yeah.
That or made it in some other way more reliable,
no, I don't think
so
you can.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, anyway.
Well, I think that was talking about like re-rolling the wrist being hit effect or something like that.
Okay.
Which I don't know. You don't want to play with it too much.
Yeah.
Anyone want to read out some of the magic armor changes? I'm not talking the whole time.
Don't get me to my internet shit.
Okay, all right, I'll do it. What was the gut more? Wait, is that so? That hasn't changed the name. Oh, so maybe one with other armor. So it was a suit of heavy armor, and now it's just maybe one with other armor and improves the armor save by 1. That just makes it a bit more. Yeah, okay, that's fine.
I guess usable across the
more versatile. Because before that, it was literally just a heavy armor with the challenge benefit, which is bizarre. What else have we got? The Spangle Shard. That's been dropped by just by 5 points. Okay, that's just slightly. Cathayan Jet Pendant. What have we got there? So gives the bearer it gives rather than just giving the bearer the 6 upward save from magic, it's the whole unit.
It is common too in armies that like in comps that allow you to just spam it out there. I mean, I don't know. It's not, I know it's only 6+, but a lot of magic missiles going around.
That's pretty good, yeah. 10 points.
And assailment spells.
I think for 10 points and being extremely common, I think that makes it actually quite a takeable item. And you're right, in the current meta, you probably would see it. Just nothing wrong with the 6 up ward for 10 points for an entire unit. Actually, I would argue you could probably pop it up a bit, maybe to 15 for that. But anyway, Dragonhide Banner. So this was 45 points, it's up to 75 points. Oh. And that's because he's swapped out the flaming attacks.
Chilling it. Yeah,
numb and chill, because the dragons that the ogres have are frosty dragons, which makes a lot more sense than the flaming attack special rule in the context of their fluff.
Yeah.
When are we doing the other? Have we done any of the special rules? So numb and chill. Have we hit that yet? Was that the main special?
That was the one I was just saying. They
-1 to hit.
Oh, we did hit that.
Strikes last.
-1. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Oh, and strike. Yeah.
Strikes last and -1 to hit.
And just stops that whole because it's one or more models with this rule. So like you're not stacking the banner with Yetis and all that sort of stuff. Whatever. I think it's Yetis.
Like
going crazy. But so that's good though.
Yeah, sure.
Getting into the expensive time.
And I feel like 75 points is a very reasonable cost for that. It is a powerful effect. But 75 points, especially on these units that if you're putting together a chunky size ogre unit, that's going to get very expensive. So I think you will see it, but I think it's reasonably costed.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably some. There's probably some impetuous, is that the right word? No. Motivation to maybe Death Star up some of these guys a bit again.
Well, that's what I was just starting to go in my head.
What's the Man-Eater's weapon skills?
This is, if anything, this banner is encouraging a massive Death Star of ogres. It's going to compound the effect.
I feel like ogres have always had a couple of big chunky units.
They have. The Gut Star. They've always had a star of some kind.
Yeah, some sort of star.
I think Val had fun naming these things. The Bang Stick for 40 points. The enchanted item.
Well, these are all. Well, he didn't name them though, didn't he? Like these are all from
the old ones.
Previous. That's the beauty of this.
Now I can't remember
from all the previous publications.
Was Bang Stick an 8th though, or is that earlier? I was looking for my 8th ed book, just to have a look at stuff, and I can't remember seeing it, but maybe I missed it. So, and I don't have 6th ed, so book. And I'm assuming they got a 7th, but I can't remember. The bearer of the Bang Stick can cast Banning Spell of 2, Magic Missile, a 9-inch, 9 to cast, range 15. Target unit suffers D3 +3, strength 5 hits, each with an AP of 1. Note, unengaged units of Nobbler Fighters or Nobbler Trappers are ignored when determining line of sight. However, if the line of sight to the target crosses a unit of Nobbler Fighters or Nobbler Trappers and the spell successfully cast, those units also suffer the effect of the spell. So I didn't even read that bit before.
I think it's a fantastic spell. Right. I think the fact that you can shoot through is great because it creates this interesting interactability. But then the fact they actually get blasted with the full effects of the spell as well.
Yeah.
Awesome.
How does that? Maybe there's an FAQ at the end, but like, what happens there if? What's the ruling there if, say, the Nobbler Fighters are in combat, but you're like shooting through them, but not the enemy to someone else?
Well, it says unengaged units.
Does it? Okay, right there. It's the first word after the note. Colon.
Good question though, and also the other question is: would they suffer panic from that if they, were eligible to do so?
No, it's cool. I like it. And then Tooth Nobbler, common, 5 points, 0 to 3 per model, single use. After making casting roll, For a spell from the Lord of the Great Maw, the bearer of the Tooth Nobbler may use it to add a +1 to their casting roll. Multiple Tooth Nobblers may be used to improve the same casting roll. So you can choose stuff as much as you want, or whatever it is. Tooth Nobbler. What is that? Is it a Nobbler's tooth, or is it, what is it? Like, what
I actually don't.
What's the
don't
fluff?
know what is on the tooth knobbler? I know it's a historical knobbler of some kind. I think it's an actual knobbler. Maybe they've got extra teeth.
Oh god, probably.
Because there's a bunch of little knobblers that were, before they had the big names. I think this was a 6-head thing.
Oh, okay.
Knobbler. And I think the basic was 6-head as well.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, so I'm just bringing back some of that old stuff.
And there's a little change to the Lord of the Great Maw with the spell lasts until the beginning of the next start of turn subphase for this Tooth Cracker, which is the +1 modified to toughness. And you can also get it up to +2 just to 1 unit. I think in 8th this was a bubble, wasn't it? Or could be a bubble. But this is still just 1 target friendly. So what was it before?
It was just till the end of this turn.
Oh, it said that though. Yeah, okay. I would have liked if you could see the diff. Anyway,
No.
yes.
Well, that's right.
Sometimes you go, is this an addition or a change? Lucky you got the
okay, just a permanent thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Some weapons of war, ogre wards. We've got the harpoon changed, dropped thunderous or ponderous, I should say, through and through. I'm assuming that's
that
all
makes
the same.
sense because there's a few of these things where they've got these mobile shooters that have got ponderous on them. This is one of them. It just doesn't need it.
It's just stupid. Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
It's untakeable, pretty much. I hate ponderous.
And through and through,
Can't even pivot,
ultra
Is this
effective, I
thing?
guess.
Oh, you could probably lumber, but you wouldn't be able to. Like, you wouldn't be able to turn at all once you're ponderous. You just can't fire. Is that right? Or is it -2? I can't
Ponderous,
remember.
I think it was -2 to hit.
-2. Yeah. Okay.
If you move it all.
And
So I'm thinking the cumbersome one, which is the one that move or shoot or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking can't remember. Yeah.
I thought cumbersome you couldn't stand and shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cumbersome.
Yeah,
Yes.
that sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah.
When firing an enemy unit,
These synonyms are really driving my head in. I was saying in the shower the other day, thinking I still have no idea what the difference is between disrupted charge and disordered charge. I don't know, in my brain, I just can't separate the terms. So just the way I learned them, I just cannot remember. It's so annoying.
Surely you could come up with a different word that started with at least a different letter, and also you could use the same word for both because it just makes
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So crazy. When firing an enemy unit, trip type monster.
So
this is new.
Trip type
the user may
monster.
apply
The
+1
user
modifier on the rolls to hit.
Yeah. So is that in
Harpoon
addition?
object?
So that's not the life. Yeah. So. Okay.
This other people probably have it, but this hunter's getting some love because he has that, doesn't he?
Yeah. And
the
they did
Fist.
have that in previous editions. I thought like the hunters were pretty scary for monsters. Like I think that's their whole role.
Yeah.
Even with like a shooting weapon. So very thematic. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah. Especially when you got D3 wounds, strength 6, through and through, but it doesn't matter. But But the range, 36 inches, trying to pin down a flying dragon. Yeah.
Toning those dragons down. They just keep toning them down with everything.
Well, the thing is, too, the dragons that you see flying around, I don't know, I feel like you're not seeing as many of them. And so you're seeing other stuff as well that might be like that, but like the mini griffins and stuff like that. And so, they're a little bit more killable still as well.
Yeah, I do like it. Having tools, giving everyone good tools.
Someone want to explain that? Oh, hang on, Josh. Oh, you're right.
Yep.
Having tech difficulties today.
No,
your headphones?
I just had to change the battery.
Okay. The Iron Fist. So what happened? So this didn't have AP before?
No AP on this.
Cool.
And what's the difference here? So the original one accounts additional hand weapon.
And a shield.
In addition, it improves its armor value by 1. This is the original PDF. And it can't be used against magic weapons. So now it just actually becomes a shield. Right?
Yeah.
So it's essentially a shield.
So it's a shield, but then it also says
it gives you a
whilst
parry.
engaged in okay, that's what it is. Yeah, so it's getting you that parry. That's pretty good. But I mean, they've all that's
that
cool.
makes that's 2 buffs in there. Essentially an additional +1 and the AP, which makes them quite potent actually. Makes them very makes you think about running them, so that's gonna be interesting to see how it plays. But I think it's gonna be scary. What else have we got there? Chain trap, is it?
Yep.
Is it on here? Oh, I think this must have been moved out of a unit entry, because it's not in the weapon of the PDF. So if I can find it.
So John's just saying it's the Mornfang parry, which is
if you run it on the Mornfang, that's pretty insane, isn't it? The Thunder Touch Riders, that's who they got. That's where the chain trap is, and it was just range 12 inches, strength +1, killing blow.
So what,
I think this is this is just clarifying, because I think the killing price pressure rule only works in melee. I think is that what you're saying? So
I was just wondering if that's just
this actually
clarification,
works at a range.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's not too bad. Makes sense. Okay. So now we get into the actual unit changes. Here we go. So the big dudes, the big guys, the Torrent and the Bruisers, they got Ogre Charge, which is obviously they had that, but it got buffed up with the AP strength, knocking down walls, that type of stuff as well. But they also get Warband now. So re-rolling charges, and obviously leadership. If I'm not sure if
I think it's mainly for the re-rolling charge.
Yeah, I was just going to say I don't know if the others have Warband. So
I think I suspect the bulls do. I don't think all the units do, but I think the core ones do. And then note, if you do mount it, so I think the first asterisk is the mounting. If you do mount it, they lose impact hits too. And the bull charge and ogre charge.
That's how they go.
That's how you take it
how
out.
it went away. Okay, because I think you were saying something about that. Okay. Oh, interesting. That's probably okay, but that's probably okay because I was wondering about that. That would, you'd smash through some things with that. Okay.
Oh, and that gives impact hits. They've taken out but it's not its mount effect for the bull charge. Oh wait, but they lose bull charge if they're mounted. I guess it's redundant then.
Yeah, it is. And so it's that's redundant. Yeah, that's redundant. Yeah, so I guess those things make sense. Yeah. Okay. But it's just this warband re-rolling.
Yeah, so it's just really just the warband effect. Nothing else has really changed on here.
Yeah. And is the Great Maw, did they come down?
Yes. Yes, they went down.
Explain. So what were they here?
It's quite excited there, Josh.
Those were 35, so I think he standardized them because everything in the game is 30.
That's that just shows you that the book was just left unedited, hey? Because no other, it's always 30 points everywhere.
Yeah.
So do you want to guess how much the Slaughtermaster was in the PDF?
210, I don't know.
230.
Oh
wow. Wow.
But I think again he's based on historical costs. And the fact the Tyrant is actually the same cost as he is. Sorry, he has actually always been priced at 185 or thereabouts.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. And look, it probably made a little bit of difference when Magic was a bit more offensive as well, and he could do some stuff, but Magic's been toned down as well on top of that. So
it does seem cheap.
Slaughtermaster. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. Oh, no, it is him. Yeah, sorry. What am I thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, what's your base level 3 wizard? It's like 175, I thought.
It depends, I guess. I know a
well,
Goblin's not.
The high elves and dark elves are 185.
Yeah. I know they got their little extra rules for magic and stuff, but for wounds and attacks, that is cheap.
I think that's I agree.
I mean, you compare that up to the Great Bray Shamans and stuff, and because he's got the toughness 5, but he's got way more wounds. He's a beat stick. Which is pretty cool. But again, you get Warband on there. Now the Hunters was one of the ones that got changed here. So they got the Great Weapon, which obviously helps with their monster killing blow stuff. Blood Vultures. That's just a different type of weapon, hey, these guys. Oh, there's the harpoon launcher.
Oh, yeah.
Just a point of order. So the Empire Wizard is 130 points base.
Oh,
Right.
So quite a lot cheaper. Yeah. I realize.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Anyway.
What's a night goblin?
Oh, I just closed the PDF. Hold on.
Just
Oh, no,
use
that's in
toad.
Ravening Hordes anyway.
Uh,
I've got it here. Yeah, cool. Won't be long.
Josh
The
is
Night
quickly.
Goblins, the Shamans, 135 for the Goblo Shaman. Wait, Night Goblins, 130. So the Night Goblin Shaman's the same price as the Empire Wizard.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
Yeah,
And they
maybe
get
you can justify
50%.
180 for the. Yeah, that's actually cheaper than in my head than I was thinking.
Maybe elves are just getting ripped off.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. What the hell?
Yeah,
Why the
elves
hell
a bit
for
shaft. I like it.
185?
They deserve to get shafted in addition. I'm assuming they just played around with points, dropping stuff here, but Vanguard got added in. And then obviously Ogre Charge as well. Move through cover, running with the pack. Okay, and then we should talk about this. The running with the pack fixed up. I guess it sort of did the Orion's like special rule thing, just making it usable that you can't shoot him basically.
Yeah, I think he's literally just ported that over.
Yeah, which is fine.
It's fine.
But yeah, this thing's got Vanguard now, and then he's obviously got access to, that killing blow one if he wants to use it, plus great weapon. I mean, I don't know. I feel like, I remember these being annoying in 8th, and people used them. So like, I don't know. I feel like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
annoying.
the
Give him
Vanguard's
a
a good
tool.
change.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think he's just gone and made him more versatile, and given him more options to be quite annoying. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I agree.
Which is what you want. Cool. And I liked what he's done here too. So 5 alleys. That's so cool. Because the chances of you actually getting Fireball was quite low, technically, being level 2 as well, or level 1 or level 2. So he's added a special rule for it, basically.
Yeah.
Dropped a
Give him
Fireball.
which makes a lot of thematic sense.
Yeah, I like it.
That is
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
It's a big, it does make them a lot more of a reliable unit because the magic missile like that, very useful, very dependable, does a lot of damage. But I think it's a good change.
Yeah.
I think it's changed to 30 from 35 again for level 2.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Just fixing it up.
yeah.
Were they still 30 in the first Legacy then? Did you fix them up then? Or you
No, I don't
Okay.
think you changed very much.
Okay, right, yeah. Okay.
You left a lot of it alone.
Okay.
But I think this will make him quite a unit that can put out some scariness. So that'd be cool.
Thundertusk got a points change. Is that going to come down?
That went up. That was
okay.
165.
Okay. I think he's added some stuff to it then. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think he has added some stuff to it.
Cool. Now, Ogre Bulls, you don't even have to take with the Grand Army.
Why
which is
would
cool.
you?
Yeah. Now, they do have Warband. There you go. So you can
Yeah.
crank up some
Yeah, sweet.
leadership if you really want, but I'm guessing it's not there for that. Iron Guts have it as well. Oh, they've all got it. But they're just the re-rolled charges for all these. Movement 6, no Swift Stride on them. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that's cool. Just, I mean, unfortunately, Warband comes with a leadership buff that's probably unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like it's designed for a certain type of unit to have.
Yeah.
And it was almost weird that Warband had the reroll charge on it. But,
I think a lot of people even missed it. I think we all missed it initially. That was like, oh,
yeah, we did.
didn't.
We did.
Yeah.
Like I remember when people realized like chariots that had warband was like, oh, they could reroll. Like I think in everyone's head it was like it's a horde thing. Like so everyone like you get it when you're in a unit, but if you're by yourself and then suddenly it was like, oh, hang on, no, it's not. So I was just having a look. What's the bruises an 8? Okay, right here. I don't know. Like there's a bit of incentive to go rank up a bit more. You might bump it all up to leadership 10 with warband here, even just with the bruiser.
Not just that, but the ranks benefit your impact hits that you're more likely to get off with a reroll into charge. There's a few.
Yeah, it's
there's
just
cool
just got some more options here. I'm not saying it's good, but
I guess what I was saying is
belchers.
you don't want too much high leadership in the game because it just makes leadership tests and psychology stuff less and less relevant.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if everything's running around leadership 10.
And there's other armies where leadership sort of like it's not their strong point. And I think ogres thematically, it wasn't, you know, they weren't running around with 10 everywhere either. Sort of like that, yeah. Or is that similar? 8, 9 was the norm.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I like it. I'm sorry, I skipped over lead belches now. What was the points? What were they?
41.
Okay, 2 points.
So they dropped by 2.
Okay. So they've gone to open order, so now I've got a pivot. I've got this scatter shot. It's interesting.
They had it's been, how much has been changed? It has been changed quite a bit actually.
Oh, has it?
The scatter shot is there. It was strength 3 with no AP and armor bane 1.
Wow.
That's heaps, but
It was still 18.
Yep.
Yeah, but strength 4, AP 1, armor bane 2. And then
good.
exploding D3 plus. Was it also move and shoot long range ignore?
No.
Oh.
So the exploding D3 was there.
Yeah, but exploding D3 strength 3 hits armor bane 1 isn't that that scary.
But I think there's a lot going on there to increase AP and the strength and the ignore moving and shooting and long range. that's a lot with the exploding hit on top of that.
Oh yeah, people would try them. I get because there's a few things about it too. Like I don't know, like the unit strength 3. I'm just trying to think. Like, are they a unit that can hold some objectives as well, but sit around and then still fight if they have to a little bit? I don't know. Like, I feel like, I don't know. And just the open order there helps them shoot a bit. I don't know. It's better than what it was. So hopefully, because they've either been really bad or if you spammed them, they were okay in 8th at some point if you knew how to roll 6.
Black Sigil just brought up a good point. He said it was a flat 3 shots in the previous version, whereas now it's what, D3.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, you mean like the PDF, the legacy PDF? Or previous edition? Because on the PDF, it's D3 hits to the target enemy unit rather than the usual 1. So,
in their previous, you might be talking
from their previous.
Talking about 8th, because I remember Simon Turner used to just spam these guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I guess if that's what they were in 8th, where they each had 3 shots.
I'm pretty sure they were
profile. Yeah. I think that does take me back to.
Yeah, you'd have to spam them, and that's the army I bought that time. And he had like I don't know how many fucking lead belches in that army.
That doesn't sound like a very Simon Turner sort of thing.
If you could get across the table and get in combat with them, you could eat them. But if you didn't, you'd wipe your floor. Yeah, because you had to get through all the Noblars. Remember, he had fucking how many units of everyone just spammed the Noblars and then the lead belches.
Yeah, I remember playing him. Yeah, it's just. Yeah. Noblars with the 800 million dice.
I swear he had like 3 units of 40 or something. Yeah. Anyway, that's long gone, that edition. But yeah, Noblar Trappers Entourage. A unit of Noblar Trappers within the command range of a hunter who is not fleeing may use the hunter's leadership characteristic instead of their own. Cool. They got scouts. Move through cover. Okay, yeah, not too bad. You can make some annoying lists then with this sort of stuff, can't you? Putting a lot of things around and a little bit more maneuverability and higher leadership.
Yeah, indeed. It's a bit of a scene.
Man-eaters, here we go. These guys have warbands? No. These
guys
only got, okay, so they're only warbands.
I don't think everyone got warband.
Nah.
Which is fair. But the man-eaters is supposed to be like your elite. So I guess they're not a warband because they're more of an elite ogre unit, I guess.
Yeah, so these are the guys I was wondering about. Do you load these guys up and put that banner on them? But they're still only weapon skill 4, so it's not that. I don't know. Like if you get into weapon skill 5 range and you're like hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s, I think that's becoming quite interesting when you got high attacks. But, yeah.
The thing is, they did all get the ogre pistol base. Which
you have to skim back to that.
Which in the original one was plus 6 points per model. Any model could take an ogre pistol.
Wow, and they all get it for free. So they basically did drop points, is what you're
So they
saying.
essentially
In a
drop
way.
points in a way. And I'm trying to find where is the weapons? Oh, they're right at the bottom.
Oh, you serious?
Ogre pistol. Well, they were for me. I think the weapons from this thing are not at the bottom.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
But for
he's
me,
moved
they
it
were at the
around
bottom.
to what makes more sense, but then I get confused.
The Ogre pistol's in the PDF at 24-inch range, strength 4,
Okay.
AP1, armbane 1, quick shot. Yeah. That's not much for 6 points.
Do they have anything in combat or not really?
Not without paying for it.
No, okay. No, like the Ogre pistol's not a thing in combat. You still have to buy an iron. You're buying an Iron Fist for these guys anyway, aren't you? Is that these?
Can you have an Iron Fist on here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the Ogre pistol gives you much. I don't think you can use it in combat. A brace of Ogre pistols.
Oh, it's the brace of Ogre pistols.
The single Ogre pistol.
Okay.
It's just a 24-inch strength 4 shot.
Is that just good? Is that they've just done that to basically give you a little bit of shooting, whereas before you've
basically a handgun.
You had to buy that, and would you get that, or was this just like what's the brace of Ogre pistols? You could still do a shot then.
Any model. So wait, the original was any model unit may take one of the following: an Ogre pistol for 6 points, or a brace of Ogre pistols for 12 points.
Okay. Well, okay. Okay, interesting though. I mean, they're expensive, aren't they? But I mean, they do have a few wounds. But then, okay, Man-Eater Captain can take the big name. So you see page 20. So now you got the big names for Man-Eaters and Man-Eater Captains, which is cool. Which we went through. And go back and look at those dudes quickly. More Seeker +1. Make them ignore friggin' all the. Oh no, they've only got 20 points. So they can't do the. Oh, they get this +1 movement if they want, which is pretty cool. I don't know. They don't have warbands, so they can't re-roll it, but yeah. I don't know. They look cool. I like a good unit of Man-Eaters. They like when they're done up well. So, but they're just so expensive. And then you get free Scouts move through cover and swift stride. Oh fuck. Okay. Movement 7 swift stride Man-Eaters.
Yeah, that would be good. Really good.
What would you take out of that? So you got 0-2 for the following special rules. You only get 2. What are you taking?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Maybe.
Somebody to pick from. Swiss Stride.
Yeah, definitely
Vanguard, Swiss Stride. Just send a chuck.
And probably either Vanguard or Scouts.
I'll take
probably
Scout.
Imagine the massive.
The Swift Stride is a massive buff to be able to take that.
If you got a fast army, it'd be good having Scout.
Movement 7, a big block of that coming at you.
Yeah.
Turn 1.
Oh yeah, movements. Yeah, with this big name on it. So then they basically just.
Oh, and don't forget, if you're spending the points on that, you're also putting characters in it as well. Like it's not like a. I don't know. That's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah, it becomes a cav unit. It really does.
Yeah.
Just
because then you're looking at that and you're going, "Hang on,
but he can't be countercharged." Why?
Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh. Hello.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, like you're also looking across at the Mournfang as well. I don't know. That's interesting. There's just so much more to play with this. It's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Veteran. Ooh, interesting. Okay.
Oh, just straight up
some stuff on. It's like you've opened up a Christmas present. It's just got all these things in it.
Yeah. Veteran's really good. Yeah.
Yetis, 43 points. I've no idea if that's up or down.
It's down by 3.
Okay. And then these have just dropped or gone up.
Yeah, so what's happened there? So Scouts was 3 points, so it's down by 1. The Vanguard was 2, so it's down to 1.
Yeah,
and then the Ambushes wasn't a thing. So Ambushes added as a +3.
Wow. Are you guys counting up how much stuff can ambush in this army now, if you want?
There's a bit,
Well, they can't.
What was the other thing? Well, those can't, thankfully.
Yeah. I thought there was some stuff right at the beginning we were looking at that had ambush.
What else was going to ambush?
Unless I'm getting confused, but I thought there was.
I thought I saw ambush before, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Maybe it was in a big name.
Might have been. Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
I can't remember. don't remember.
Was it Hunters? maybe?
Oh, it was sorry, it was the Hunters.
Oh,
stuff.
the
That's what it
Hunters.
was. Yeah.
But the Hunters could ambush anyway.
Yeah, that's right. Saber Tusk packs, and then which didn't change.
I think it changed at all.
Mornfang Cav get a single big name as well, so you can go to movement 9, swift striding. Mornfang Cav. Man, this thing can come across the table a lot quicker than it used to. This army, just good.
Yeah, it can.
Yeah, and they got picked up first charge, which I think is fair.
Oh, it's so good.
It's good.
Yeah.
But a lot of heavy hitters have them. Like even a lot of chariots will have it. So I think that's entirely reasonable.
But the other thing too with that
charge.
first charge, what's a unit of 2, 60, 100? And, like, can you see people just running units of 2 of them, like a chariot basically, and then getting first charge off and wiping people's ranks out and going in with the ogres as well? Like that's probably.
It is handy with a Swiss stride unit with.
I think that's a very reasonable way of doing it. I think that'd be fun to play with and against. I'd argue little units and Mornfang Cav running around, that'd be fine.
We don't usually get swift stride first charge chariots.
No,
usually it's
not
one or the other.
chariots,
Yeah.
Then it's only if you're on elite Cav where you sort of like they're pretty expensive. Like you don't usually get it on.
Because what's a orc chariot?
That's a good point, actually.
120, 130, isn't it? It's pretty fair bit, isn't it?
Yeah, 130 for the orc chariot. And it doesn't
64
have swift
points for
stride.
8 wounds. 3-up save. Is it a 3-up save still with this thing? I'm just assuming. Can't remember. Do you have to take something for that?
Probably not base. Where it's got light
there it
armor.
is. Yeah, you got to bump it.
Heavy armor.
Yeah.
Okay. So it gets heavy armor and
Where's
it
for
getting?
the chariot?
No, armored hide 1.
Okay, so it's still more.
Armored hide
expensive,
1, so
which
it's
it
4 up.
should be.
And then if you take Iron Fists, you get to 3 up. Is that right?
Yeah, but so you start adding that up, it starts getting quite pricey, even just for 2.
It does.
Yeah. That's fun. Just when you start thinking, you go, oh, can we do this?
Yeah, you're right. I didn't realize the chariots that had the first charge didn't have Swift Stride. Actually, that's a really good point.
Yeah, like the heavy ones. Yeah, or generally there might be some out there, but the ones I play don't. Yeah, Iron Blasters, Cannon in the Sky, Titans. So okay, so what happened here? This So okay, you shoot in the front arc. Is this just changed? Like, is this what it used to be? Or is this all new?
Oh,
No, there is a misfire table. The original one, the number 1's the same. The crack was a 2 to 3. Can't shoot for the rest of the game.
So it just becomes a chariot.
And then 4 to 6 can't shoot this turn or next turn.
Right.
So yeah, it has made it a little bit less unreliable, I guess. Because if you roll a misfire at any time, you're at best not shooting next turn and this turn and the original one. So this is
it's a bit more reliable. Okay, I like that. Has he saved the scrap launcher? Deluge of sharp instruments. Natural 6 is rolled when making roll to wound with the weapon. Enemy models whose troop types, regular infantry, heavy infantry, light cav, heavy cav, war beasts are not permitted an armor or regen save. Ward saves can be attempted as normal. So if you got to roll 6 when you're wounding, it's like a little mini.
So is that like it's not quite killing blow, but it's not. I think it's a bit better than cleaving blow.
It's like combined, but yes, basically.
Yeah. I'm originally see how it goes. I mean, the poor scrap launcher, never been popular. So it is on a 5-inch blast template.
Is it? Oh, wow, that's cool.
So it's pretty big pie.
Yeah.
Can
you put this on
I
anything
think
else?
it's
Is this
playable.
one of these things that goes on one of those other big elephant things or not? No.
Like it's the similar like the similar model.
Has it lost its multi-wounds 2 in the center?
Oh,
it has. Because there was bombardment, cumbersome, multi-wounds 2, but only in a single model at the center of the blast hole.
Was that strength any different, or still only strength 4 for the center?
Strength 3, 4. Yeah, that's all. So
So you're not taking out anything too big with it.
No, no multi-wounds 2. And then the what's the misfire table? So again, what have we got? Crunch, It's one.
it's a
Snap was 2 or 3, and now it's just 2.
Okay. Yeah, it's similar. to the other
And
one.
splaying is 3 to 4, and then
Yeah.
just can't shoot this turn. Yeah, so similarly, not as punishing. Then Stonehold Riders, they were 245, so down to 220. And does the attack go up as well? So the Ogre Beast Rider was on 3 attacks.
It's an extra attack. Oh, that's that chain trap, rightio. And then you can replace it with these guys, the harpoon. Okay, cool. And then you also get great weapons. Are these here? Some of these here already? Great weapon, Iron Fist. Or these been all added?
Well, I'm a bit confused because the Ogre Crew is a profile for an Ogre Crew on here on the PDF, on the Legacy PDF that I don't see on. I don't see it all. I'm not sure where the Ogre Crew is relevant. So, because these are Stonehorns, is that? Can you go down a bit further and see? No, there's an Ogre Beast Rider and an Ogre Crew. There's 2 profiles.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, is that why it's come down so much? I think he must have lost his Ogre
one.
Crew.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. So he's just
originally it was 245 points. It had an Ogre Beast Rider and an Ogre Crew.
Right. Okay. Stomp tax, but got stomp tax in, strikes last, which is fine. But this is the big change. Oh, well, it could do this, but isn't this bumped up? Was this the one that got bumped?
Yeah, that got bumped by 1.
Okay.
Yeah, so now so
you can get 4. Another unit strength 10 thing in here then, because you can put this tyrant can ride it, get unit strength 10. In close order.
Oh, okay. So, and with those options for the Beast Rider, by the way, so originally it was the Ogre, the Beast Rider may replace their chain trap with a Blood Vulture for 5, or take a Harpoon Launcher for 8. So now it's replacing the chain trap with one of the following.
Yeah.
So that means the Harpoon option's actually gone up by like 7 points.
Yeah. But it's better now, isn't it? The actual
because it's no longer ponderous. It's actually a lot more usable, and it gets the +1 to hit against monsters.
Yeah.
It's gained and special rules is gained strike last and stomp attacks D3.
Okay, not too bad. I mean, like just trying to, because you didn't see this guy. You saw this guy, the Thunder Tusk, with the guy on the top. So yeah, okay, that's not too bad.
So
and then
Thunder Tusk has retained. Yeah, so he's got he does have an Ogre Crew.
Okay, I see.
So they both have retained their Ogre Crew. The Beast Rider is still at 4 attacks rather than 3. What else have we got? So Sphere of Frost Breather Ice.
Did this go up, or was that just in the Legacy? This has gone up to 7.
Oh, I missed that. Yeah, that's gone up by 1. Yeah.
Ooh, God.
This was 6.
Jeez, you can get into like toughness 9, 10 and shit of this army.
Wasn't that wounds?
Oh, it's wounds. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong fucking one. Don't worry. He's still okay. Jeez.
Yeah, I know, right?
Dragon up there. Yeah, cool. Sphere of Frost Wreath, that's just changed it. Oh no, they switched out that breath chill thing. That's down here, isn't it?
Yeah, there was a chill breath, which is basically a breath weapon, multi-wounds D3.
Yeah, okay.
Strength 2 AP1, and now it's changed it to a bombardment, multi-wounds D3.
Okay,
it's
3.
It's basically just a stone thrower.
Yeah.
Can I quickly run back to
pretty good that it's got minus AP on a strength 3 hit though. Like around, that's pretty good. Yeah, sorry, mate. What was it?
Yeah. I was just going to bring up a point. So I was just looking that up because I thought so. So the Stonehorn has only got one guy on it in the model.
Yeah, okay, in the actual model.
Yeah. So maybe they were just trying to align it with that. And then, yeah,
okay.
Obviously, Thundertusk's got 2. So, yeah, that's...
Makes
so it's
sense.
Weird that they've got... Yeah,
that makes a lot more sense. It's weird that they had 2 dudes if the model didn't have...
Probably just didn't. Yeah, especially for the... Yeah, you're right. There he is. He's just sitting there. Okay.
So it's probably, just...
Oh, hang on. Isn't that the Thunder Tusk? Oh, I'm confused.
Thunder Tusk's got the 2 guys. That's like their element. thing a bit
Oh,
more.
okay. Is it
The stone horns, like the ice.
the one's going out of his head? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But the Stonehorn's the better looking guy. The model, I reckon that one's way better.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And Thunder Tusk more that sort of like mammothy sort of look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe everyone just mounts it this way or makes it this way. Because I
maybe.
always see the Tyrant on this one, even though maybe they play it as this, but it's actually modelled like this one. I don't know. Might be wrong there.
Thunder
anything-
Tusk already, also got into 7 wounds. Oh wait, this is what we're talking about.
Smooth, I
anything
like
else
this.
to talk about?
The smooth
Smooth
ride.
ride.
Model ignores 2 hit modifiers for moving and shooting. I love that. It's cool. Are these all pretty much the same?
I think the Thunder Tusk mount has also gone up by a wound. Oh no, yeah, I think it was +5 and now it's +6.
Oh, wow. God, okay.
But yeah, that's gone up by 20 points though, right? So it was plus 160. I think that was the 165 one.
Yeah, okay.
Uh,
No, it's good.
Giants unchanged. Up and throw Gorges. I think Gorges have changed a bit. Yeah, because they've gone up by 20 points and gained a wound.
Yeah.
Gone
to open order.
Yeah, open
it's so
order,
much better.
order.
Well, I guess these
Regen.
they lose close order because you can't. Oh no, Gorges are just by themselves. Yeah, it's actually good when you see this happen now because of the way the rule change, because it's basically a waste of time with that. So now at least you're getting open order on it, so you can a little bit more maneuverable, slightly. But yeah.
Yeah, and so they got Killing Blow. So Killing Blow was just on 1 attack.
Mm-hmm.
That's just been put into the base.
Okay. Yeah.
That's fine.
Not too
That's it.
bad.
Is that it? Oh, you got the FAQ
yeah. So
on
there
the,
wasn't any change on the
open
Yeti thing. I
terrain.
missed that.
What are the
Did we
obstacles?
just skim over Yetis or whatever they're called? Well, they're
We
not
must have,
Yetis.
because I don't remember talking about Yetis.
Oh, there they are. Sorry, there they are. It's just because it's
What is
already
the
numbing
Yeti?
chill. He just changed the rule. Must have.
Mm.
It was an adjustment to the rule. Must have already been there. Just to align it so you don't stack. And then
Yeah.
cool. And then I think there was one FAQ on there, but it's probably nothing.
Yeah, because what was the original numbing chill? Oh, so the original numbing chill is while in base contact with this model, enemy models suffer -1 to their weapon skill and initiative characteristics. So
that's what it was.
That's not doing much for you.
But
Especially
couldn't
when
it stack?
ogres are. Yeah,
Oh, what? Yeah.
yeah, because while in base contact with this model, enemy models suffer -1 to their weapon skill, which is ridiculous. Like I don't think it was intended to stack by design.
No.
And
Just-
if that's how you're going to justify its existence,
Yeah.
you're going in the wrong road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then look, his FAQ to say, this War Crusher and all that, and Ogre Charge, it's everything. So you can't argue. I still get my Earthen Rampart, blah, blah, blah. Nah, it's just everything goes.
Yeah.
Everything goes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you feel like this one pushed it a little bit in some areas more than some of the other ones we've gone through
I think
so far, or not really?
Yeah, I think so.
You do?
Yeah.
There's some pretty
Decent
significant ups in here. I mean, the thing with the ogres is they weren't in. If you get the general rules right, the actual army list I feel still was okay. And I think if you get the underlying army special rules, give them a bit of a push, which he has, then you're already sort of getting to a pretty functional army list. So you don't need to push everything else too much further. You can do a bit of internal balancing, but you don't need to give everything a huge uplift.
Interestingly, there's not a lot of yellow in this one, like there was with Skaven.
Oh,
So
like draft type stuff. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
true.
wonder how much comes. And that doesn't mean it's in magenta, so it doesn't change. So he's going to do the feedback. But I just wonder how confident he was on these versus some of the Skaven changes. So, it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's interesting because, we'll do the shout-outs, but then we'll hit the Dark Elf changelog, because it's interesting with the Dark Elves, almost all the changes are pulling things back.
Yeah, well, I mean, great. Who brought that one up? Did you just say that? Yeah. Read
yeah,
out the
Yeah.
sigils.
no, Andrew
Yeah.
must have brought that up. So
Yeah, I just put that.
Who says, I'm getting a bit concerned of the power creep and the updates. And yeah, I agree. Bicycle reading through this one. But it looks like at the same time, as we're going to hit the Dark Elves, he's almost it's definitely a work in progress.
Yeah,
Getting
it
the right
is. Yeah,
balance of
that's.
this.
I mean, it's. I don't know. You look at it and go, it's not Cathay, and I don't. We won't go back into the whole Renegades.
Cathay's not supposed to
discussion,
be the benchmark.
No, that like.
It's really
No, I'm
just
not
means
saying
we
that.
bring
But
it
I'm
up.
saying like the amount of
That's the
broken stuff.
benchmark of what not to do again, please.
You know, the amount of broken stuff is that I don't know. At some point, like if this was G-Dub doing it and then that happened and they became top tier for a bit, then came down. Like this is what 40K do. They fiddle around with stuff and then suddenly the army's huge and then they'll bring it back down again. And so you see these bottom things go from the bottom to the top, and it's pretty normal.
Yeah.
It's probably just a bit controversial if it's one person. That's all cool.
I don't know if GW's thing's a bit about selling more models sometimes. Like I don't know about these rule changes and strength of armies sometimes, even though they said they don't look at it like that. Like, I call BS any day of the week. Yeah.
Yeah, they would. They definitely still make dumb mistakes. Because obviously I've followed 40K 10th a bit, and just the amount of stuff that's come out day one, and they've had to patch their books because they're actually crap, and you're like, hang on, aren't you trying to sell this thing? So they make this mistake sometimes the other way. Anyway, before we jump into the Dark Elves, we'll just smash out some shout. Well, overall, any other thoughts on ogres before I do that? Anyone printing an ogre army? This. Except for Gomo, who's just downloaded the entire Zali STLs, so they're on the way down. So I'm going to start printing. I'm not going to. I downloaded stuff. I don't know if I'll print them.
Definitely, some people are based on the Oldham.
Yeah, we might get
which
to
is
that.
a Patreon question we'll get to later.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, well, I'll give those patrons a shout out quickly and we can quickly get to that and chat about the Dark Elves as well. Okay, big thank you to these patrons who help us stay up late and keep chatting on a Mondays, supporting the show. They are Jason, and Old World Fanatics is a proud sponsor of Snake Eyes, the best teams tournament. We'll see you there. I don't know if that's the same as last week, Danny, but keep going. That's good. Zephyl, Sexy Dan, Hobby Horse, Mark Hewitz, Shabismus, Amber Ladoon, Western City War Games, Feud Owner, Vinny, Cathay Balloon Man 115. I really want to see that one change, Louis. So cool if you just adds different letters to it occasionally, or I don't know. King Pash and the Mustache Rash, Tom Pickard, Not Like Matt, Jess Tours, Adam Lamb, the Orange Juicer. You can too sponsor a poor monolith in Africa, so please donate $20 to save a monolith. Fun today. 7137.
Ridiculous.
Peter Holman, Mark Langley, Matt Hitton, the Old Warrior, Silver Dave, Sporadic Sanity, Mark, Nick, Grand Van der Bolsch, Chris Bowler, Ben, Cam the Dentist, James McKellen, Liam Fallon, Jay McBride, Flatworld's Edge, Sexy Jelly, Hero of the Old World, Keel Herd, Tommy Dogs, Matthew Klein, Perfidy, Griff, Jess Tours, Wood Duck, Ninanuum, Daniel Broadstock, Elliot Mitchum, Gilthos Draconos, Diesel, Denny Gamer, Robert Z, Dr. Willie Tickle, General Practice, the OJ Perler, Gherkin. Bobby's been busy doing train lines, I think. He hasn't changed his thing for a bit. Gumwitch, the best 15-minute battle reports on ZenFox Games, and Todd Lloyd, the OG. Thanks, guys. Nice. Really do appreciate it. Got some Patreon questions, do we, Josh? Do you want to do them quickly, or do you want to go to Dark Elves and then do the questions? Up to you.
Let's do the Dark Elves, and then we'll do the questions at the
So this is the first time so far in these Renegade 2 that we have seen the feedback and the thoughts that went into it, I guess.
Yeah, super
which is pretty cool, which is important. I like that. And Josh is the most up to date, so I'm going to let him drive most of it if he wants.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
And I like that he actually myself. So Josh is busting my Dark Elf cherry with this. I saved myself for you, Josh.
Oh, you haven't read it yet. Oh, cool. Okay.
Oh, right.
It's very convenient though, because you put the changelog in here rather than just updating the document and not actually addressing anything. Makes it great for us to read through. I'll just run through it, shall I? first up, probably actually changed I'm very much on board with. Hekardi's Blessing, which originally he was going to, his thought was do, the opposite of High Elves. The High Elves have a one reroll to cast every turn, and so therefore the Dark Elves should have the opposite of that, which is a Dispel. But yeah, it didn't feel quite right thematically in the Dark Elves in and of themselves. And yeah, he's just like, look, we'll just change it to the same as the High Elves. So both, right? I think making an Elven racial bonus like that makes a lot more sense, actually.
Yeah.
And it's
That
weird
tastes
for Dark
like
Elves
it's a
to be
little
getting
bit
rerolled
flavors
with the
and
Dispel.
gone in that sense, but it's actually aligned with what you would think. So it actually does narratively help, I reckon. Yeah.
Yeah, because Dark Elves should be aggressive, so they should be getting extra cast rather than dispelling effects. So I know I'm on board with that. The Murderous, I don't think that's a change. Yeah, that's just it's not relevant. Now Dragged Along. So the Cauldron and the Bloodwrack Shrine. I think he's actually doesn't want to change any of the core rulebook rules.
This was I heard this on his chat, and this was I bet you it probably pinged in his head when he did it.
I didn't hear
why
him
did
discuss this.
Well, he just because this when Renegades first came out, this was one of the things that was not controversial, but was weird because he did change a core rulebook. And I remember like what's it called? Mountain Miniatures was talking about he was gonna because he was so anal about saying we would run our Renegades but wouldn't change the core rules. So he was trying to run Renegades without that change and stuff. And in hindsight, Val's probably gone, duh, why don't I just scratch the rule out and write my own, which is what he's done.
Which is what
makes
he's done.
So much more sense.
Yeah, nice.
And then it's now inside the Witch unit, I believe. Not sure if he addresses that later. But yeah, it's basically like the Will of the Gods. It puts it in the unit, which is how it used to be. And I think the Bloodwrack Shrine also could just be in the unit. But the Cauldron can only be with the Witches because it's got Loner.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Whip of Agony, I don't really know too much about that one, but it basically removes Strike first because the base armor's already had it. That's fine. Tome of Furion, I think this was important because you didn't want librarian sorceresses running around, so it was restricted to one per model. I think we might have said that.
We were talking about that you could put multiple ones on the same guy. Is that one?
That's that one. So you get the one extra spell kind of thing. Shield of Gron, I definitely agree with this because dropping it by 10 points to 30 is something that could be put in a dragon. Like this is like the +1 toughness that we're just talking with the Ogre. So Shield of Gron was the one where it reduces the attack by -1 strength, and it was 40 points. And he dropped it to 30. But yeah, it should stay at 40 really because I think on the right holder, on the right bearer, because even when I was playing it, even in 6-7, when I was playing it with the Anointed, and he's only tough 4, it was actually quite useful. Whereas classically in that 6-7 list, it was only tough 3 that could use it, and they could never really use it very well. Anything with a decent toughness to have its strength
toughness
is really useful.
Critical both ways.
And then Cold-Blooded Banner. And now I think this will have ASB happy because this is something he really didn't like. So essentially, the Cold-Blooded Knights no longer have access to a veteran because it was just too much for too many people to the idea that
they did get a lot.
They can mitigate stupidity too much. So instead, you have a Cold-Blooded Banner that is essentially a one-off veteran, so you can still kind of mitigate stupidity if you want. I'm not sure how much that banner costs. You'd have to check the doc, but essentially, but ultimately, the Cold Ones don't no longer have the ability to take the option to take veteran or pay for it. Which I'm agree. So all of this stuff is just rolling back some of the slightly overcooked stuff that he did add. Focus Female, I think this is also this is not just a clarification, but I think a better specification of it, that dispelling something that's cast via the Focus Familiar should be measured from the focus rather than the caster, which I think it probably just aligns more with the rules of the game, the way voices work and that type of thing. Totally. BS, thank you. Don't forget to toss a like on the stream. Also, if you're tuning in watch regularly, think about this, showing the gentlemen some love and support further. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
Same with Black Sigil. If you want to see some quality content,
Some quality content.
Absolutely.
beautiful chapter.
Absolutely. And I'll just keep going. So Curse Word, he sort of ended up in a halfway point. So, you know, he tried to take a whole hunch back to the straight up 1 BS weapon skill from the -1. And then with the feedback, he's like, oh, look, I'll just cut it both ways and just go -D3. Which again, I think very reasonable change. You know, I think, yeah, the straight up weapon skill 1 is very powerful.
Yeah.
So -D3 I think brings it into a reasonable spot. The assassin is now explicitly allowed to join units with Loner and weapon skill unit strength 5, which I think he was supposed to, so that's fine. And then the Hydra. Now again, yeah, I am sort of glad to see points went up a bit because with all those regen effects, I was looking at this thing going, yeah, it's a bit cheap and it's going to be very hard to kill. You're rolling 4 ups for each wound that's lost at the at the Dark Elf's turn. So I think it was 145 from memory, so it's 165 now. I'm pretty sure it's 145 off the top of my head. Not sure how much the Karebdus was, but it sort of puts them in a way where, you know, those are still cheaper compared to a lot of tough 6 behemoths. But the Mangler Squid, which is tough 5 behemoth, was 95 points. So it sort of puts it halfway between them, which I think is fair. I think otherwise here, I think he's kept the regen the same, but he's given flammable to the Hydra. So if you happen to have flaming attacks, you can take it off the Hydra. Well, I'm not sure how that works in terms of its regen later on, or whether you might have to check the actual unit entry, how flammable actually interacts with that weird recover wound on a 4-up kind of thing. And then the Cauldron of Blood, pretty major change because it was trying to use his bound spells. It's become an unmodified leadership check. He dropped his leadership from 9 to 8. He had given the Blood Shield of Cain as a base, which is a 5-up base to the Cauldron and the whole unit. He's pulled that back to a 6-up to the whole unit, and then if you trigger Blood Shield, it goes to a 5-up. I must admit, I would have been quite happy with the Witches getting a 5-up ward for the unit if the Cauldron was in there, to be honest. They're so fragile.
They are. Yeah. What did they? It was something like that in 8th anyway, wasn't it?
I can't remember what that in 8th. I don't know I used them in 8th. I suspect it was. I suspect they might have had a base 5-up ward. But yeah, so
that's a 6-up.
He's pulled it back a bit. Yeah, I would have been happy with leaving it a 5-up, to be honest. The other changes I'm fine with. I don't really. I'm not sure if there's much of a difference between having it as bound spell versus a unmodified leadership check. I mean, I don't know. I feel like the unmodified leadership test is always less interactive than the bound spells.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Totally.
Just like all the undead raising and stuff. So to be honest, I'm quite happy with them just as a bound spell. But yeah,
they are quite easy about bound spells to dispel. I think that's an issue.
Yeah, that's true.
You think that's where the problem is? Yeah, it's just too hard to actually get off. Yeah, that's fair. And Blackguard, this is probably thematic base, but he's taken off Murderous and replaced it with Hatred. That's probably a net buff, I'd say. That's probably a big buff, really. Because compared to rerolling 1 to wound, you get rerolls to hits for the first round of combat. Yeah, that's very decent. And he's rolled back the change of the Halberd because apparently there was a change at 1.5 FAQ that changed how the Halberd works, but because the Phoenix card didn't get that change.
Is that because it's not technically a halberd? Like it's a different rule.
Yeah, the Phoenix Guard have their own special halberd.
Yeah,
so I think he's in order to stay aligned with that lack of care by GW, he's instituted a similar lack of care to that.
Yeah, it's so annoying. They're stupid, so I'm going to be stupid. Yeah, okay. No, but at least makes sense. Yeah.
Executioners up to 14. In light of Cauldron change, I don't know what that means really. So they're the same class as Swordmasters. And yeah, no, nothing else relevant in what is actually changed there. Shades is taken off veteran, and now an option again for 1 point per model. That's fine. Witches taken off help reflexes, but that's because it was redundant because he gave strike first.
This does get trade us for the reward of getting some buffs from the cauldron.
Yeah. I don't get what the I guess with the cauldron, because you can buff a single unit within its command range rather than just the witches. So maybe that's what that's what he's saying. So if you're getting 5 upwards or the other, I forget the other 2, but yeah. So I guess if you're getting some synergies there, it does make them more valuable than what they are right now. Now Sisters of Slaughter, I kind of like this. So the direction is going in with them is actually giving them a slightly longer charge range. So
is that like a mini D3 baby version?
Yeah, it's a D. Okay. It's an extra 3-inch declarable, then plus D3 on the roll. So
try and get him in combat and see what they do.
I think it's cool.
I like his comments here. Probably still not setting the world on fire.
No, I think it's giving them some more identity, giving a bit more mobility. They're pretty scary when they get in combat. Well, not scary, but I mean they got 2 attacks base each. They're not very strong still, but they got some output. So if you're giving them a wider threat bubble, I like that. And as I said, Cold One Knights remove veteran because the stupidity is such a core part of their identity, for better or worse. Scourge Runner Chariots. Now, this is a good change. I was hoping you'd do this. I saw this as a couple of comments in the YouTube video. Yeah, remove Ponderous from the Ravager Harpoon, which I think had to be done.
Yeah.
Just like with the harpoon, the Yeti harpoon. Cold One Chariots, slight reduction in points. We have to check the doc to see what it actually is. I think that also, I think that Cold One Chariot was overcosted, so that's fine. And then I think he's changed Sony Stare, the Medusa shooting attack, to multi-shot C3. So that'd be -1 to hit though. So I think that's fine. And then the Blood Rush Shiny is pretty much thrown in the towel. It's a big old expensive chariot, and I just can't fix it. So whatever. So yeah, I think that's
so
like on balance. Like there's so much moderation there. Where he's just trying to get things in the right level. So I think that's really, I feel like he's getting close in. Can we check? What was the one thing I wanted to check there? I can't remember now. What was the cost of the Cold One Chariot?
I should actually type it. Hey.
Could do.
If I don't find it in the next 2 scrolls. Damn it. Oh, that's
there it is.
Oh, Cold One Chariot? Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah, Cold One Chariot. Yeah.
I thought he said it was more expensive than the Lion Chariot. It's similar, I suppose.
He said it's now the same. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he said it was now the same. But he's saying
maybe I misread it. Well, it is 125 originally, so he's dropped it to 110.
Arguably worse. That's what he said.
Oh, because it's arguably worse.
Because it's worse than the Lion Chariot.
Yeah.
No, I'm on board with that. I think that's a good change.
I get it.
The Ponderous, I think brings those 2 changes. They're just minor. Well, not that minor to the Chariot point drop.
Yeah,
but
like how does
taking Ponderous off the Scourge Runner brings that into usability. The Cold One Chariot being
the ones you use?
Both of these chariots are now actually very, very takeable, and you'll see them on the table, which is great.
How do these compare to the flying high elf things that you take, Andrew? I know they fly, so it's a little different, but
I think they're similar points cost, aren't they? Aren't they like 80 or 90 points?
Oh, so it's
for the Sky Cutters?
90, and then is it 25 for the
Bolt
Eagle
Thrower?
Claw? Yeah.
Okay, so it goes into that 110,
115, I think it is, with the
yeah.
Then I think it's strength 5, could be strength 6. Yes, it's similar.
90 points base. Yeah, right. I mean, they do fly.
Yeah, I know. Like it's a bit hard to compare.
Not quite the same. That's interesting. Yeah, and the Sky Cutters are higher strength.
It's a heavy chariot.
It's got slightly less the impact.
Oh, it is heavy, is it? Okay. Yeah.
Resist is a light chariot.
Yeah. I mean, it
The
is
shooting,
cheaper.
the shooting weapon's very similar, although it's, the Ravager is strength 6 versus strength 5 for the bolt thrower. So yeah, there are some
That's
differences
pretty
there.
good. AP3,
Like, I think-
Mulligan D3.
Yeah, I think it makes the Scourge Runner take. Like, I think
Yeah.
like it's
It's a
in
different
this,
sort
like
of
they've
different
got
role. You're flying around.
they're different role, and they've got
Mm.
pros and cons. I think they're comparable to the Skycutter in terms of how much they costed and what they can put out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
all you need to do is take the Ponderous off.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Cool.
good.
Okay.
Good change.
Oh, that's good.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
let's,
the Hydra. Can I just check how the
yes.
flammable interacts with the
That's what
with
it
the
was.
crazy OG regen rule? Oh yeah, search a doc. Man, that took like half a second when you
I know,
did
I don't know
the
why I didn't.
word search.
I
Just
usually
gotta-
just do keyboard. But if you see me during the day, I'm never like, it's always keyboard shortcuts. I don't know why I was scrolling like a mong. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that.
Scrolling
Wipe
like
that out.
Andrew. That's what I do.
Sorry, what were you looking for?
Okay. Well, Val. So all he's done is put flammable in as a special rule.
Oh, okay. Right, yeah.
So wait. So okay. So it does have regen 5 up. Okay. So I guess the flammable just ignores the 5 up regen, but the flammable doesn't interact with the if 1 hit is 7 rule, right? So
Yeah.
like even if you get
mhm.
flamed off and you lose
Right.
like
So you can
four,
still do
4
that, though.
wounds, you
Yeah.
can't regen
You
those
roll the
wounds
4.
when you take them. But then the
Yeah.
next turn, the start of your next, the Dark Elf turn, yeah, you still have a chance to regen.
Oh, it's still good though, eh? Yeah. This is-
You got armor value 4 up, and then
I-
regen 5
Yeah,
up.
I
and
think
then
it'd be
your heads back.
pretty complex to try to track which wounds have been lost from flaming attacks in following turns. You know what I mean? Like if you were going to say they couldn't be regened,
Yeah.
that's just a headache. So I'm quite happy
Yeah.
just to leave it at that. The more I
Yeah.
talk that through, yeah.
That's good.
And it is your command subphase. Yeah, okay. So it's not every command subphase.
No, it's not each
Yeah.
turn. It's just the Dark Elf turn, which I think is very important. Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's already going to be hard to kill like that. 4 up for each of them. Like, to be honest, if it was a 5 up, I think
Yeah.
no. At the points now, it is so 165 points. Maybe that's okay. It's still going to be hard to kill though, because you really got to take it out very quickly.
Yeah.
Because a
I think
4 up,
tough-
if you're
I think you
Yeah,
forget like
five
toughness
points,
5 is not that. I don't know.
tough
I
5, yeah,
feel like
true.
that's what I think
That's
Val
true.
was going for initially. That it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Anything you're hitting it with, it's going to have AP2 at least, and so it's rolling t-shirt saves. And
Yeah,
I-
that's
look,
true.
I mean,
that's
it's-
true.
you
If it was
still need
tough
to throw
6,
stuff
that'd
at
be
it,
too
though.
much. Yeah, if it was tough 6, I think the 4 up would be
Oh,
if it
God,
were
yeah.
too
Yeah,
much.
it's just
But
that break.
yeah, I
point.
agree. Tough
Yeah.
5 is not that hard to kill. And sometimes they won't roll all the 4 up. Sometimes they'll roll all of them. Sometimes they go 1 wound up back up to 4 or 5. It'll be like, I get this Hydra. Yeah.
Goes just I don't think anyone's scared. That's the thing. Like it's one of those. Like
Yeah.
you know what though?
It's just gonna be
maybe
hard to
this
kill. As
165
Dark,
points.
it's
I
not-
mean, you
it's
do
not
need
gonna
to
be
throw
putting out
stuff at it.
much.
That's all. Yeah.
Mm.
It's not
But-
scary. It's just going to be hard to kill.
Ironically, the
Yeah.
more points you make it, the more points you get out of it when you kill it as well. I'm on hand. I don't know. Don't like sometimes
it's a worse
something's
speed
so
bump
cheap
versus
you don't
chance
even want to
bump.
fiddle with it because it's just shit and it could annoy you. Like I might come back, so you're like, I just don't even deal with it. Just have your 100
Yeah,
points.
yeah.
But as it gets
Well, so
more expensive, you're like, I will get that because I'll
Yeah.
take. You know, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. It's one of those ones. I guess you just strategically deal with it where you don't bother trying to chip any damage off it until you decide to kill it, and then you try
Yes.
to just
Yeah.
And then you
take
kill
it
it.
off the board. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Both of John's armies one-shot it. So,
Yep, that's because he's at the cafe. Oh, both of his armies.
yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
I forget what
Okay.
because he runs.
Doesn't John have more than 2 armies? Am I wrong?
Well,
I
it's
thought he had
Dark
Dark
Elves as well.
Elves. He's Dark
Yeah,
Elf,
so it must have
man.
been a Dark Elf versus Dark Elf. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, in summary, I think this leaves the Dark Elf list in a really good spot.
Yeah.
And I look forward to reading a list of nerfs to the Ogre list in a couple of weeks.
So don't start the 3D printer yet, you reckon? I'll just wait. Hold on.
Cool.
Cool.
Oh, that's right. It's me. Yeah, questions, isn't it? Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's okay. It's
Do
one
we have
of
anything
those
else to chat
things.
about with the Dark Elves?
Nah, all good. Only S tier. That's what he's saying. That's what John plays. Any army John plays is S tier. There you go.
I mean to check this question. So Sean asks, this is an Earth and Ramparts question. Should Earth and Ramparts only allow units to make supporting attacks?
Ooh.
What?
That's his question.
What? Say it again. I'm going to have a look at this question. I don't know why I'm not looking at them. I need to look at that now.
Should Earth and Ramparts only allow units to make supporting attacks?
Oh, just to make the whole thing easier, like erase all these other things and just go.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is for the actual unit who's cast it, or is this who's going into it?
Actually, I'm a little bit confused with that question.
Like, is he trying to simplify it to say you cast Earth and Ramparts? If you attack me, you only get supporting attacks. Is that what he means?
I think that's what he means.
Okay. Is that to get around this old multi-patching of saying, well, you don't get this, you don't get that? Is it?
Well, in the FAQ, it just says a unit upon which Earth and Ramparts has been cast counts as being behind a defended low linear obstacle when charged. Think of the spell's effect as representing a magically manifested obstacle rather than a physical terrain feature.
Hey, Josh, what are you if you're straddling a linear obstacle? Are you disrupted or disordered?
Don't know. I have no idea. Disrupted? Right. Don't ask me that question. The problem with that question, Sean, is that if that's does that still mean you get impact hits, or is it just supporting attacks? Is that
it's still probably you still would need to clarify it, wouldn't you? Yeah, because isn't just defining it as a loading obstacle, which I think in the FAQ, isn't that in theory shouldn't that be the simplest answer? Because it just then plugs into the whatever the existing poorly written low linear obstacle rule is. And then the problem is then if your obstacle rule is poorly written, straddling a monolith. What rule do you get when you straddle a monolith? Then definitely disrupted. I don't know about it's disordered, but something's disrupted. Yeah, you're straddling a monolith. Yeah. Yeah. Angela just said, fuck it all off, put 4+ ward in combat, keep it simple. Yeah, maybe. It's one of these things. It's just they've tried to patch it instead, and hopefully second ed they'll learn from that.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yep.
Maybe.
Love the idea of it.
The soon to be released second ed. That's obviously why they haven't released anything for the last 6 months, right?
Yeah.
You know how optimistic we all were at the New Year's Eve or the New Year's Day episode.
We should replay that at the end of June.
How many releases we're predicting this year?
How many new releases? It was
we're a third of the year in, guys.
Let's count just quickly. How many boxes have been released this calendar year?
As in released or announced?
That you can go and buy that you couldn't buy on the 31st of December, but you can buy now.
The second wave of Cathay, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Is that one box?
Have they released the units individually yet?
I don't think so. Is it just one box then?
So it is.
Oh well, when did the Marauders land?
That was before the end of the year. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that was the last one. Yeah.
It was? Okay. I just can't remember if it landed in January.
November or something?
Stop Mark saying, stop worrying. You had a Cathay box.
You had a Cathay box last month.
Really? Was it last month?
You had a Cathay box at home.
What else do you want?
That's what I'm saying. Isn't that the only box we've got this year? One Cathay box? Yeah, that's what
greedy old worlders.
It's the 20th of April. We've had one box.
Yeah.
One box. Just saying. 33 more to go, Mark, I think it is it?
Enjoy what you got.
Cool.
And I'll do next question is John's question.
I forgot that brought up. Cool.
I popped it brought up. It looks like ogres are coming out to play at Oldhammer. bandwagoning or latent returning or new players? Do you
Ooh.
think Renegades will actually impact GW's stance on legacy? Well, let's do the first question first, shall we? So look at that, guys. So this is the faction distribution for Oldhammer. Who would have thought Ogre Kingdoms at the top?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Demon Warriors of Chaos.
A lot of
Now,
excitement.
having said that, Ogre Kingdoms were not out. Like the second one was not out. So that's straight up initial Ogre Kingdom. So it's got nothing to do with what we just read out.
Isn't it?
Is that right? Or do you reckon they just last minute put these together? Because listen, subs were Sunday. So maybe that's
Ooh.
like
As
last
in
Sunday. I
Sunday
don't-
last.
Yeah. But John will tell us. So tell us
Yeah,
if he
John,
thinks
yeah, I'm
were
interested to hear.
we allowed to run
Were
beta
these
in
all
there if it
last minute
popped.
sign ups, or did everyone swap over?
He said
Whether or
no, it
not
is.
they were pre-existing. Oh, saying it is since the draft.
Yeah, it was out, but it was like middle of the week, so they had to get him in quick, right?
Yeah, so it's got,
Yeah.
but they have. Like what he's saying is these
Oh,
are all
okay,
since
yeah.
the draft.
Yeah. Okay, so they are drafted.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like, yeah.
And
Okay.
interestingly, like there's quite a lot of renegades around there. There's 2 dark elves, there's 2 lizardmen, there's 2 demons. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, there's
Yeah, it's
one
funny. You go right
DC
down the bottom, you see Jade Fleet, right? Like down the bottom on
Like-
one. I don't think there's even any beastmen. There's Wild Herd. 2 Wild Herds.
Of course, there's a wild herd.
Oh,
Sure.
blood. Oh, sorry, Minotaur Blood Herd. That's right. This is split out into the things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And there's a
It's a-
Troll
it's a
Horde.
really-
Oh man, I wish I could go.
Yeah, it's a really interesting spread of variety.
2
you know?
Renegade Crowns.
And look at the effect of list diversity that a healthy, you know, legacy sort of scene gives
Oh,
you.
I know.
It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Bit sad to see dwarves right down there on a 1, but is there
Yeah, no.
Expeditionary Forces up there on a 3? So it's
So
probably
what
fine.
happens if the ogres go like 1, 2, 3 on the podium?
Send that back to Val. It's not really fair to. Well, Paddy's G's playing one of them, and then you got the 2 boys from Behemoths. There's 2 of them that play. Isn't Tom and does Chris play him as well? Oh, I can't remember who's. I don't know.
Playing
John will
ogres.
say who's. Yeah, you got Minotaurs in there. Yeah, it's cool. Oh, yeah.
I
I
mean,
thought
it's really
Alex had
unlikely
his
to
brother.
be new players.
Or has he only been demons?
Alex. I think he
Yeah.
has demons, doesn't he? Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
I mean, surely it's people just pulling demons out. Ogres out of the cupboard. It's not.
Oh
it's
yeah.
not new players, surely.
No.
I don't know. I mean, I guess you could ask them, but yeah.
Printing them last minute?
I was going to say, has Patty been printing someone? Did she have ogres
she-
from
yeah.
6? I can't remember because she had all those ogres. No, that was
She does print.
that
quite
was
a
the
bit.
Tomb Kings that she had them all dressed up differently, and there was a man eater, like Tomb King dude, giant.
Mm.
That
One of
was
the-
remember
one of
that?
the Tomb
That was the
Giants
Tomb
was a man
Kings.
eater.
Yeah. Oh, no, they printed the whole army. There you go.
Yeah, wouldn't. Yeah, wouldn't surprise me.
Well, as I said, I'm currently downloading an Ogre Army STL.
Are you-
Just for fun. We'll see.
Just for fun.
Having said that, in my defense, I was looking at these at the beginning of Old World, but it's just that it's just depressing. This is what Renegades does to you. Like, if it wasn't for Renegades, I wouldn't even consider it. Because of Renegades, you go, oh, maybe I can, you know. So I did buy one at the end of 8th and
Yeah.
sold it because they killed 8. So I actually was an army that I wanted to maybe play around with, but then I was just like, no.
Yeah.
So you never know. We'll see.
Mm.
Cool. Any other questions?
One
Josh?
last question. That's pretty good. So,
Oh, sorry, we
Plasma
didn't
asks-
answer the second part of that.
Oh, the second part
Do you think
was
Renegades will actually impact GW's stance on legacy? I mean,
you'd like to think so.
I don't reckon.
I don't know if
I don't think
Renegades do, but I do 100% believe that us continually play, like I said in the video, playing and supporting Renegades or legacy will affect it. If we keep playing it, they'll end up. Why wouldn't they bring models out for it?
Hmm.
So
Yeah, they really got to listen to what the community's doing and see where they can make all the money from.
Yeah.
Because there is profit out there. Sorry, Plasma, last question. Do you think stupidity is a rule is still good or relevant? Animosity was a very old and fluffy rule that got cut, probably because it was a player gets to do nothing with no say in the matter type affair. So yeah, but it feels bad. Do you think stupidity should go the same way, or at least get changed? For example, units could still make accidental contact and count as being in combat. Signed, a fan of cold ones, but not stupidity.
I don't think it's hugely relevant in this edition. I think they could have turned it more into 8th was.
Hmm.
I mean, they did. I guess they have changed it in this last one a bit more, but
I mean, there's still rules out there that player gets to. I mean, I think animosity. The example is used for it where player gets to do nothing with no sound matter. Like impetuous sort of replicates it a bit because they do something with no say in the matter, but it's not nothing. It's something. Whereas the problem with the old animosity was if you fail, they would just sit there, which is actually not great. Like especially if there was a charge right in front of them and they just can't charge it. You know, like
start
if it was
shooting the other
designed
people
so
next
that
to them, or
it was forced to charge if they could, then it would have felt so.
And it's usually army wide. It's not like or close to army wide. Like it's, you know, the amount of times you're doing like old school orcs and like, oh, animosity. It's like there's so many. Ross, like
like actually,
it's only a few units. Like, you know,
the fact that they changed it. Well, they changed the quell and what's it called? Quell impetuosity. Get it out.
Right.
To just do the reroll or whatever it was? Can't remember what it was, but it's not like doesn't color down anymore. I guess what I was about to say is like playing against or with orcs. I still feel like now I don't think it's lost its flavor as such. Like they still want to get in combat, and I have had just like I did the other day with Andrew. I had my general impetuosity straight into he went off, for the rest of them didn't. So it does happen, and I think those little bits still make you feel a little bit more like. And I think when orcs fight, they fight each other, but I don't think they fight each other as much when there's some fight and when there's heads to be crumping, like when there's enemies
right in
around.
front of
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I
I
agree.
feel like it's still fluffy that as long as they get to charge and hit something, it doesn't have to be fighting amongst themselves. So I actually like how they've done it. So I thought I was worried that animosity was like, because I think 9th went a bit bland, and I think this impetuosity sort of does it, you know, providing that your leadership doesn't get too high. Like you have to, you know, there has to be a choice. Do you want to take the Black Orc to not have it? And even if you do take that, he doesn't quell it as much as he used to. So I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. What about stupidity?
Sorry. Oh, are we still going on the same question?
Oh, I was just going to say with stupidity itself, because it's another rule that sort of takes control out of the opponent's hand, player's hands. I think it's important to have it in the game.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, as you say, like it actually does get a bit blander where all the units are very predictable and everything happens in the way you expect, which is not how Warhammer is. It shouldn't feel like that, you know. There's got to be moments where
stupidity. Was just stupid at the beginning, though. Ironically,
Yeah.
it didn't do anything. And
I would argue
fixed
animosity was a poorly designed rule more so than stupidity. Stupidity, I think you can justify.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, sorry. I was just
What were you gonna
gonna
say?
chime in with Deadly 8-Bit Ninja's question. So he kind of had a 2-part question. Just an ad hoc question, I suppose, coming off 3D printers
question.
before. So he's just asking, I know you gents are fond of printed armies, which is completely fine, but do you think there's a large amount of printed armies we see at tournaments, clubs and games which actually harm the future? And then obviously he's continued on with the same question to a degree. So GW is interested in sales, not participation, and I, for one, would like to see the game grow and stick around. What is your take? It is a good question.
Yeah, that's a good question. Who wants to go first? Josh. Because you buy a lot of Warhammer.
I mean, he has a good point.
He's got a good point, but it's just reality's reality, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
That's sort of
That's
unfortunate.
right.
I think the three of us buy
Like
quite
a
a lot of Warhammer as well. So it's not like we only 3D print.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know how long Deadly 8-Bit Ninja's been following us because I've literally got cupboards full of grey plastic. And I bought all the Cathay stuff. But like overall, your point's valid. But I think people will still buy stuff. And to me, it's like release stuff that people want, make it awesome, and make it available. If you can't do one of those things, people are going to go to something else. So, like for example, in Australia, sometimes we don't get the stuff for 2 or 3 weeks after it even comes out everywhere else. Well, if you're going to do that, people are going to print more. If you release a game with no armies, people are going to print more. So like this is the problem. Now, maybe Cathay probably wasn't straight out, so then they started to. I think they did well with those Cathay sales. So I think it's just keep it available and people will buy it. I think a lot of people print 40K too, and it's going freaking gangbusters. So I think they're right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's good to support it, but yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not going to go out of my way to buy stuff just so, in theory, the game might, make more money, and therefore, I don't know. Like, I'll buy stuff that I feel like I want, and whether or not that supports the game, that's how it goes. Benfield 5.
Josh, you also run a podcast. You run tournaments. All these things grow the game, and I'm not having to go.
No, GW doesn't hear about that.
No, but they do, because if other people turn up to yours, they buy stuff. Like it's actually it makes a massive difference when people are playing the game. And I'm not saying they're going to ever excuse it, but not everyone has to spend money to support Games Workshop, if you know what I mean. They probably are supporting it anyway. So
yeah, I like John. That's where I sit. Support where you can.
Yeah.
So
buy stuff.
I probably at least half my stuff. Actually, probably more. A lot more than half my stuff. Not always new. I'd buy about probably a third of my stuff new, but I'd say 3/4 of my models at least are legit. And then the other quarters either recast or 3D printed.
I tend to start. Yeah, I do a similar thing where I'm like, some armies they end up. It's like my Tomb Kings will probably especially if Games Workshop redo their Tomb Kings, they'll probably stay Games Workshop because most of them are. But then obviously, and Beastmen are like that, they're all Games Workshop. But some of the other armies, like my Dwarves, are all, I've got a bunch of Dwarves at a Games Workshop, but they just haven't made the cut now. Well, very few of them. So they'll be all printed ones just because, I don't know, they're just better. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. Sorry, Bob, can I just put that one up? I don't think Games Workshop needs any of our support, but your local game store does. Yeah, and it's true. And like, again, I think Deadly 8-Bit Ninja was talking specifically about Old World as well. I actually might have that one just up there. Old World is not 40K by a long shot. I hear you guys, the community is important, but if the game, I think I was about to just mention that. Like, Games Workshop share price just hit their all-time highs again. So they're like with 40K, they could just throw away every other thing they have and be very profitable. So like if we want the game to be around, it needs to succeed for Games Workshop. But I think more people playing does that, and people do. I think we'd be surprised with the amount of people who would rather just buy models still than go to the fuck around and printing and finding secondhand and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, all good.
Cool. Do we have any hobby?
Cool.
Do you have
not
any
heaps, but I've got some.
I don't really have much to talk about at the moment.
Did I have that last time when I was here?
I can't remember. I think we maybe
I
talked
think
about
I think
but I don't think you had it.
It certainly wasn't visible.
Yeah.
They are.
Oh man, I wish it was just quiet because it's even louder than my last one.
How loud? I didn't find mine to be that loud. Although mine's out in the shed. Well, yours in the shed too.
Yeah,
I'm surprised it's that loud.
Like if I'm playing the PlayStation, which is right next to it, with a headset on, talking to my mates, I can audibly hear it going like it sounds like rocks grinding together at times, or just the belts. Man, it just gets it's pretty loud, but it works a treat.
Okay, it works okay. All the packing screws are out.
All the screws and everything came out. Yeah. But I could see Alex's point. There is a minute improvement in ease and quality between the Neptune and the Bamboo. Just a small upgrade.
Oh,
Start sending you some stuff to print
just
after.
so clean.
Yeah.
it is. It's leaps and bounds. Yeah.
So clean. Yeah. The Neptune looks like an ancient thing. Not just setting it up and this leveling itself and all that, but just the crispness of these bases, man, incredible.
Yeah,
I love it.
No, they're good.
I might try and print out some more terrain on it again because I was when I did the Neptune one, I was like, oh, these rocks.
What have you been printing, Andrew?
reckon,
Like, what's your main
reckon
stuff
on
that you
this-
were printing on yours?
Ooh.
Apart from that cool boat, which I guess is a test print, isn't it?
Boat?
Yeah.
Oh,
you printed a little
the
test print.
Benchy. Yeah,
The
yeah.
man of war that I love.
Nah, I've been printing up like a gazillion trees.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And like I said,
I
I'm
need
going
to
to
get to that.
reprint everything that I printed on my Neptune, the terrain, just because it's just going to look better. So
Okay. I might have to I'll for Castle or whatever. I need to get this spreadsheet together so we know what else we need.
yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to get into is print some shit up for Castle.
I started doing these, not as good as Josh's, but these are the printed ones from Thingy. That's sepia washed, but that's not washed yet. But I was just getting your guys' opinion on. Obviously, they get flocked, so this one got flocked, which I've started using a static grass
come out pretty
applicator.
well.
That's the first one. I haven't brushed off the grass yet, and I'm going to do another coat of thicker ones, but I literally do this just before the pod, so playing around with some like not thicker, sort of higher ones as well that are a bit more dead. So these you can't really see them in this pic, but I've followed a shoot that where like you put it on and then you like make tufts yourself and let it like, and then come back and spray it and put longer grass like dead bits on and stuff, and it sort of ends up making its own version of, I guess, clumps, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to try that.
Okay.
I don't know if I did it right, but it is what it is. But I don't know, they like for the amount of time it takes, like to airbrush and then dry brush and then throw some stuff on.
Yeah,
I thought they came out pretty good. Like, they're going to match my other ones pretty good. But
I'd
that
probably, once you're done, because it's going to be a high traffic area, I probably would try to hit it again with some glue or Mod Patch, whatever you're using to glue it down.
I was going to ask you about
Do
that. You mean like just watered down Mod Podge?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
I'd probably spray alcohol and then water down Mod Podge.
Okay.
Because the alcohol takes all the surface tension, otherwise it'll just sit on the top.
Yeah,
if you hit it with alcohol first, all the Mod Podge will go.
You can just do that out of your normal spray. Like I've got.
To be honest, with the Mod Podge, I tend to use a pipette for the Mod Podge.
Okay. Because you put the alcohol, you can just pip it on and it just goes everywhere.
And the alcohol you can pipette too, or you can spray. The problem with the Mod Podge is if you use a sprayer for it, it'll probably clog the sprayer unless you really thoroughly rinse it afterwards.
Yeah.
But
I gotta play around with it.
Otherwise, you'll find when you're putting models and stuff, it'll slowly keep shedding quite a lot. Whereas if you do a second layer of fixative,
seal it,
it'll be pretty much stuck on there.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, worst case, like the other thing too, if I need to make 10 of them, at least I know I can just smash them out and they look better than the other ones. But
I like the rock. The rock color.
Do you reckon because that's sorry? So that is that one, but just with a slight bit of dry brush over the. That's just the sepia wash, and then it came out like that. The only thing is you can see some of these layer lines. Can you see that? Layer lines for the print, but I mean, who cares?
That's fine. You resin boys.
And that was what it looked like beforehand, but I just haven't done that one. Yeah. No, I mean, just I mean, you could make all these yourself. But like how easy it was to just have it rock up in the mail and open it up and just spray it. So I can see why it's. I've never ever considered buying a hill before, but I'm like,
he does such a good job of printing. Like looking at his prints, they are top notch.
Yeah,
so
I need to get the actual video wargaming advertisement because the Pandem's actually supposed to be like, well, they are sponsoring us. So I need to sort that. But anyway, I needed some more examples. I want
It's
to put
popping up in my Facebook Pandem with his ad.
Yeah, I need to. I said to him, I'm doing up a bunch of his terrain. I'm going to paint it, and then put it on a thing and make a video. So, yeah. And then yes, it doesn't look like I got far from last week, but I did do all the gold and some other clothes, and now I just got to get through all the metal, and then these guys will be done. So yeah, did a little bit, but not as much as I probably should have. But yeah, cool. Did you guys get any?
I sort of
Sprinting.
did, but nothing that I can really. No, nothing that warrants discussion about it.
No,
I was working on my sort of cards for the campaigny thing I've been doing,
Nice.
setting that up. But yeah, I'll chat about
good.
that next week.
Yeah. I wonder what we'll have next week. I wonder if we'll get another. Was there a hint from Val what the next? We getting demons yet, or what? That's what I'm interested in.
It was pretty clear Vampire Counts would be last. Aside from that,
Was it? Okay, I didn't get through.
So it'd be either demons or lizardmen, I guess.
Yeah, I guess lizardmen might be
or
interesting.
caster wolves.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I hope they're
Nice.
last. Like if you got Chaos Dwarves and Vamps, because they're still functional.
Yeah.
You know, they got issues, but there's no playability problems.
I reckon Vamp's actually a hard one to do because
really hard.
because the Tomb Kings are there as
Yeah.
well. You can't like.
I agree.
It's just.
Yeah.
I
You
don't.
can't just
I
rewrite
don't know what
the
to do
rules.
there.
No,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's why it's at last, because it's too much of a headache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
You don't want to stuff it too much. Like it's, as you can see with these tournaments, it just seems that Vamps are very fragile with that whole hold your ground from the banner. You know, with
Yeah,
re-rolling.
suddenly they're not taken if you do a bit to them. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's gonna be something that's. It's
As
not
in
that
if you don't have the BSB access, you're saying, like people just don't take them anymore.
Yeah. If you don't allow the BSB to give you a reroll for your invocation, it can cause issues. I think because where you do see those, you know, tournaments where they have that rule, it seems like Vamps aren't taken anywhere near as much as when they had it, to a point where almost they're not taken. But there's other problems in there as well. Like I just think there's internal balance issues. Yeah, he's got
the
a
entire list. Whew. And that's actually straight up ban on BSB. Like what you're talking about is even just the reroll. Right?
Yeah. Well, John's saying here, you know, there's not enough data to say that makes them weak. I'm like, yeah, I do agree with that. But I think if you don't allow that.
Is there no data though because no one takes them when you put no BSBs in? Is that classes now?
Yeah. There's got to be a happy medium, like, you know. You don't want a big graveguard block and you don't want the screen. Like to me, that's just like it's just shitty, you know, meta stuff. Like I just
think the vampires is I don't know. Like to me with the vamp Graveguard block, it's the 5-up fucking regen on them as well. Like whatever ward or whatever you get with that banner thing, isn't it? That was the
yeah.
It's just 3 things stacking. Because if you just take one of them out, I don't know if it's I don't know.
I think the thing with the UK Masters, sorry, John just brought up no rerolls UK Masters and they came second and third. I thought they still had the regen issue back then as well, possibly. So that was before the patch, UK Masters.
Yeah, probably. And one of them, hang on, now I'm getting confused. It wasn't one of, was that Vamps? And then the first was, it was Cathay. You sure? Was it 2 Vamps or I thought one of them, maybe it was 4th, was the big Royal Host block. I can't remember, but yeah, it was pretty horrendous what was sitting at the top of that Masters result.
Yeah. No regen or unstable. I thought we looked at that.
Yeah, but you also, I mean, that's cool, but you're also talking about, I don't know if you'd take UK Masters or any Masters event to be indicative of what the rules of the game should be.
It was all the same list, wasn't it?
Do you know what I mean? For balance.
Big block of Dragonhof. Grave
That's all.
Garden. That was sort of it with all the screens.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd like. It's a bit of data
Wasn't
for sure, but
diverse
I'm
at
not
all.
sure. Yeah, no. So it's they came. No, it was the Nehekar and Raw Host came second. Oh, you're just talking about Undead not getting a BSB. Maybe that's what you're talking about.
Mm.
Not Vamps. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what
he's
he means.
right there.
In general.
Second and third, yeah. But that's because, they said, Nehekar and Raw Host, like Scott just took that massive block. 69. Oh, two of them, 69 and a 72.
Yeah, none of the lists look fun to play against.
Yeah.
They're all just a massive block of something.
Yeah. But hopefully he can figure it out. Like the whole point is like you can get these books where you don't really need
But
that.
hang on, they could take Battle Standard Bearers though. Oh, Vamps couldn't, but
Only Vamps couldn't.
well,
But Tunkies
no, they could. They Battle Standard Bearer and Untouched Chapter. Yeah, so. Oh yeah, they can. Yeah, see, that's what I would rather. I would rather keep the BSB and get rid of the Indomitable or something like that. I just think having the Magic Banner, having the BSB option would have been useful for Tomb Kings. That's all. But Vamps are fucked. I hate them. So
I didn't be happy
raising
to
up
get the
his-
reroll and they just take the leadership down a pip or something like that.
Mm.
So like, just makes your reroll not as reliable. You still
yeah.
just
No reroll on the rising. Rising's fine for me. It's just the no BSB thing. I think sometimes goes a bit too far, but that's mainly for Tomb Kings. I don't really know much about Vamps, and it probably doesn't stop my complaint of them having the awesome banner and raising and a big block of Graveguard and all the other crap that goes for them. But anyway, here's what it is. Anyway, we probably time to call it a night, I guess. Eh?
Yep. That's,
Yep.
Oh, we got to 2
Okay.
hours. Oh, I didn't think we were going to 2 hours. We have a quick one, but no, we did it.
It's quick for covering two sort of
Everybody.
army things, so we were worried.
Well, ogres, we're sort of like,
Skim through them.
we spent almost as much time talking about the changelog rather than dark elves.
Yeah.
No worries. Okay, thanks everyone for. I don't even know what episode this was. 141, not 151.
141.
Thanks for that, guys. Hopefully, people enjoyed our chatter with ogres and dark elves. As usual, please thumbs up the stream, leave some comments. We've obviously got a bunch here, and I guess keep hobbing. And until then, we'll see you next week, everyone. So yeah, I'll catch you on the next stream, everyone. Chat to you later. Bye.
Thanks,
See
guys.
you guys.